Hey everyone, this is Brandon Knife from Montgomery, Alabama. I'm going to be your WOD coach for today. Today is Wednesday, January the 22nd, and it's the start of a new pay period. And hope everybody had a great close to their pay period this last pay period. A lot of great things have been happening around the world of advocare, and a lot of people are probably very fired up about what's going on, and excited about the opportunities that are being presented here in advocare. And one of the things that I wanted to share with you yesterday to train up on today was actually stems from a conversation I had earlier with three-star gold leader Derek Scott, and we were talking about leapfrogging. And so I'm just gonna share a little bit of thoughts on what leapfrogging is, and really how to um, do leapfrogging properly that'll benefit not only you but the person that you're trying to get in touch with. And so the concept of leapfrogging is very simple, guys. If you're a leader, you have a team, and the people on your team sometimes bring people into the business of advocare, bring people in as distributors, or just as wholesale customers, and they don't introduce them to you. And so there's a saying that we kind of live by. You're not doing advocare until you are putting them on the phone with a leader. So what happens sometimes is that people just get brought in, they're not introduced to the leader, and so they really don't have a full understanding of what advocare can do for them on all spectrums. We always have to remember that there are two things that we do. We provide the world's finest nutritional products on the planet, help people get healthier, but we also have an amazing opportunity that can allow people to break the cycle of debt or financial struggles in their homes. And so if we are not sharing that, both sides of that, with everybody that we introduce to advocare, we are doing them an injustice. And so leapfrogging allows you as the leader to introduce them to all sides of advocare. And so what it is that you have somebody who has not introduced you to another person, another distributor on their team. You go down, you notice that that person is consistently, buying products and is consistently putting in volume. And so you notice it, and your first immediate instinct is to tell the person that recruited them into advocare. And I understand that, and that's great. It's a good heart to have. But here's one thing I want you to understand. Some people are not going to introduce you to their friends or those people that they brought into advocare, maybe out of fear of what they may think, or just that's not what they want to do. So what our job is as leaders is to go down, introduce ourselves to that potential diamond, and show them exactly what advocare can do for them. And so leapfrogging is simply taking one person out of the equation, leapfrogging over them, going down to that other person, and potentially finding a business builder for that person that neglected to introduce you in the first place, or just maybe wasn't comfortable with it yet. And so Derek and I were talking, and he wanted to kind of get an idea of how do we go down and basically talk to somebody we've never spoken with before. He equated it to a cold calling, and yes, it is somewhat similar to that, but the difference is this: the people that you're going down to talk to have already tried advocare products. They're probably on advocare products. They may have heard about something different, and just are not getting fed the way that they need to as far as knowledge and wisdom is concerned. And so Derek was wondering, how do we go down there and really um, talk to them the right way, so that it's not like one of those weird phone calls that you get when you're talking to somebody on leads or whatever. So I just gave Derek a couple of simple things that I do, and what has made us relatively successful at leapfrogging. James Rudder is one of the best at it, so he was another person that can kind of comment on this video. But what we simply do is, when we call the person, we call them and we introduce ourselves, and we say, my name is Brandon. I'm friends with Derek. Derek and I was the one who introduced Derek to advocare. I wanted to reach down. I wanted to call you. I wanted to introduce myself, and I wanted to kind of ask how your journey is has been going on Advocare. Are you enjoying the products that you're taking? And how is everything going with your journey? Are you satisfied? Is there any questions that I might be able to answer? You allow them to talk. And the greatest thing I can tell everybody on this video is to be a better listener than you are a talker. So allow them to talk, and from their answers, you can kind of get an understanding of how much they really know, what they really know, and what they've been told. Many times they've been told about the discount, they've been told about retailing products. A lot of times they have not really been exposed to how this business is built the right way. That is your obligation and your job and your duty to do so. And if you follow these steps, if you leapfrog, if you go down and you potentially find new business builders, it develops a solid foundation in your business so that you always will have people that are building business in your legs of business, so that the fire burns up and that will provide stability. But if they don't know what's going on, they have not been told, it's your job and your obligation to do so. So just to play this out with what happened today, Derek did make one of these phone calls, and he found out that the guy actually got involved with Advocare because he wanted to build a business in Advocare. He just didn't know how. He wasn't getting any guidance, any coaching, and he wasn't really being exposed to how we earn income 5 different ways. And so by Derek utilizing the tool of just going ahead, being the leader, going down and serving someone else for the better good of their future, he has potentially found a new business builder, and he's also going to enable that person to potentially have the highest discount level. So one of the things that we have to get over in Advocare is ourself. The only reason we don't do that each and every time that we see a new person come on our team is one of two things. We're either afraid to do it because we don't want to call people who we don't know, which I completely understand, or we don't want to offend the other person that introduced them to Advocare. Here is how I will finish this out. A, we have to get over ourselves. We have to serve other people in the best way that we can do that is to reach down into our teams and in our organization and find the people that are looking for more out of this opportunity and out of life. The second part is this. No one has ownership of anybody in this business and in this world. So we are allowed to talk to anybody that we choose to try and help them out as best as we can. When you start helping people deeper in your organization, fire burns up. Everybody benefits from that. Those people that decide to engage, therefore, after that in the opportunity, will realize that what you did was probably the best thing for them. So don't be afraid to sniff out volume in your organization. Reach down in there and go down and talk to those people so that they can best be served and get exactly what it is that they're looking for from Advocare. If they only want products, great. But if they're searching for something more, if they can't pay their bills, they're in debt, they don't like what they're doing, and they're not being told about this opportunity of Advocare, they're not being exposed to it, then it's our obligation to go down there and show them that. So I hope you guys got value out of this training video. I thank Derek for the inspiration to have me train on it tonight. You guys are champions. Have a great week. Have a great pay period. And I'm just going to be hanging out here for the rest of the night with Drew. Hope everybody does well today and has a great day. God bless.